I think it'd be great before we dive into some good stuff to really hear how's the con been, like what you're enjoying seeing, and just, DragonCon is a unique family, and it's a beautiful family here, and so love to just hear how you are adapting to our wonderful world here.
Yeah, it's super cool. It's been great. Everybody's been so awesome, and it's been like really, I don't know, our panel yesterday was rocking. It was awesome. We were riffing. Yeah. We've just been having a lot of fun.
Any great cosplay too? Anything you saw that really stood out to you?
Oh yeah, somebody did Tangled. They did Rapunzel from Tangled. I thought she was so beautiful.
Oh good.
Everybody dressing up and just like, I don't know, like Freak Five Fly. It's cool. It's nice to see people express themselves.
Mother Mario and Louis Jesus. They were great.
That was pretty great.
Everyone's been great. I think what's unique about it, at least, is that there's a approachability with the fans, and it feels like welcoming in a great way, and it is massive, but somehow throughout all of the madness and the huge numbers, you still have this great intimacy with everybody. Yeah. So I'm walking away with a lot of great connections. So it's been really cool. Yeah.
It was cool to like actually talk to people.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Like, get deep with people, because usually it goes so fast. You know what I mean? Or you have to sign and move, and people like want to connect, which is nice.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that.
Welcome all of you to our DragonCon family.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, please. I started, so somebody else, please.
I can start.
There you go.
So when I was doing some research on you guys, I saw you guys have such a big and amazing fan base. Do you guys have a certain story from that you'd like to share?
From the fan base?
Yes.
Yeah.
DragonCon.
Yay!
I mean, at least for me, it's been really cool to sort of like relive the show through fans' eyes in these moments. And, we have a lot of amazing costumes that were intricate, but the way that the fans just sort of like get all the details down is quite impressive. I think that is the sort of overall sentiment that always blows me away.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something I've noticed over the years that the show was airing and after at different conventions here and there is that there's a real heart-centered kind of focal point with the fans of our show. And they find community through finding one another and identifying with the characters on the show. Mm-hmm. And so it's rare, if ever, that there's an affronting or overwhelming experience with a fan unless it's just totally heartfelt and totally sincere. And that is really lucky, I think, because there's fans come in all shapes and sizes, and we have a fan base that's decidedly loving, and I think that's
so true.
Really lucky.
Yeah.
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 I love your
You
show.
said it best.
Mac Jenkins, Moana Nui Podcast Network.
Hi.
If you could look back on the history of the show so far, is there any particular maybe plot point or person or minor event that at the time it may not have looked like it would develop into something larger, but that you would like to see the show revisit and maybe take down a different path?
Ooh.
Certainly, I would say that there were the character that I played, Eliot, he had several short-lived relationships. Mm-hmm. And I would love, and even at the time, I sort of like crossed my fingers that he would get to experience even a complex, problematic relationship for more than an episode or two, just so that he could learn and grow from the experience of an evolution with another person. That happened with Summer, full stop, throughout the entire, all seasons of the show. We had development and growth and evolution, and that was really beautiful and kind of the center point of relationship with my character, which I loved. But I think it's important for queer characters in media to also have significant others, as significant as their straight counterparts.
That's a great answer.
You're on fire.
When I'm tired, maybe I'm good. I should be tired more of the time.
It's hard for me to come up with one because, like, I had such a good time playing Josh that, like, I feel like he sort of ran the gamut of, started out kind of as a smaller character, and then they kept giving me more and more and more, and musicals and, you know, elaborate meals and stuff like that. So I got to have a lot of fun. I got to see that through.
Yeah, I mean, I would say playing Margo was the surprise expansion I wasn't expecting. I mean, I had no idea they were going to take it there, you know, and they just kept taking it higher, you know. So, take me.
Can you take me
higher? You know, and they did. So, yeah, I would say the expansion of my character was always surprising and a gift, and not something I saw coming at all. Yeah, but I was very happy because, you know, you're in Vancouver there to work, and you know you want to work. So, yeah.
I wish I had a good answer of what I don't know, you know, you said that exactly like where I would have wanted to see it go, and I don't know. I feel like I have no idea.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For Julia. I think she had her.
I want to see her just
She
chill on
saw-
a beach.
Yeah, I mean, I
Beach
have
episode.
a good time.
Magicians go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
there you
Yeah,
go.
Hawaii.
But yeah,
Yeah,
she
Hawaii.
kind of, because she got to do so much, and there was so much, you know what I mean, and they did such a great job. So I don't know what I would have added to her arc, right? You know?
So, first of all, could you answer the rest of the questions in song? That would be awesome. But if you met your characters, like in real life, if they were real, and I hate to dissuade anyone who thinks they might be real, how do you think you'd get along with them?
Oh, she would hate me. She would be like, I can't with you, girl.
Yep. Yeah.
And I'd be like, but I want to be your friend.
I think the same. I mean, I think there would be moments where we could connect, but I think he probably would read me to filth for whatever I was wearing, and also, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we would eventually get somewhere good. Yeah, it would take a while. It would be a slow burn.
Oh my God, we would have so much fun. We would just probably go out to dinner and just and hang out.
Perfect fit.
Yeah. Trevor meeting Josh is just like Trevor meeting anyone.
Yeah.
I don't think Julia would want to be my friend. I just think she would not
I don't think you'd want to
be her friend.
Yeah.
either.
You'd be like,
I don't think
know
we.
about you, Julia.
I don't think we'd be cool at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
That's pretty.
I think we'd have empathy for each other.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
Joy Stevens with the More on Italy Podcast Network. I'm wondering, since you've embodied these characters for so long, are there any moments that stick with you, either while you're acting or while you're watching it back or something, that are special to you?
I remember laughing a lot with Trevor. I remember just laughing a lot with everybody, and just I just remember the times we were all so punchy and tired from shooting and
Off the cuff. but
yeah, and I was always so overly committed and, you know, over the top in my commitment, and it would just crack everybody up. Like, you know, I already told the story, but like I threw myself across the room over and over and over again, and they had already shot the stunt, and Jason was like dying of laughter, and I'm like, what? And he's like, girl, we shot that like 3 hours
Like
ago.
the camera had essentially
Stop
turned
throwing
around
your
and wasn't on
body
her anymore.
across the room.
And she
like,
still was going for it.
yeah, like those are the moments I remember, like the ones where we were just like, what is our life? And just like laughing.
Do you remember the gallery shoot?
The gallery shoots,
We
man.
would crack up.
It was just fun.
That was fun.
It was just fun. Yeah.
To your question a little bit, like when we get to do a show for, you know, essentially like 6 years, you wind up thinking like the character sort of like naturally. And I also think at the same token, the writers sort of play more to our natural sensibilities. So it was like easier to slip in and out with that, but taking it to future projects, I I liked approaching the world of the Magicians because Josh sort of had a positive outlook and a blind sense of confidence, and I'm kind of doing that a little bit with some of these other projects, and it's always nice to sort of just dive in, and similar to what Summer said, it's a commitment level, and we got to play for like 5 seasons, and that's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would like to take her Julia's toughness, man. I got soft. I had a baby and I got real soft, and I want more of her grit back.
She was tough.
She was tough.
She's a tough broad.
Yeah.
I think you have that.
It's coming back. It's evolving.
It's
Keep
coming
it
back.
I'm sweet.
Yes, you want to ask the question?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
Cool.
And then
Margo did.
Yeah, and then, yes, absolutely.
Right on.
The character.
Because the fan base, Trey from Daddy Mojo.
Hey, Trey, yeah.
Hey.
Because the fan base is so rabid and energetic, is there somebody from another IP that you guys would welcome, presuming the show is still in the air,
Mhm.
that you would welcome to play in your sandbox, or vice versa, that would be a good playmate?
Jack Nicholson. I'd invite him over to the Magicians.
Yeah.
He'd be a great substitute
He would be.
teacher.
Yeah.
Or a professor. It'd be insane.
The actress who plays Georgia on Ginny and Georgia.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I love her.
I do too.
I love that show. I'm obsessed with that show. It's so good.
I just was thinking about Gandalf for some reason.
Oh.
Because he's like a big gay wizard, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Good point.
We need some like,
Oh, man, Gandalf would be awesome.
yeah, get
Yeah.
some Gandalf.
You never pass his class.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. We walked right into that one.
Yeah. Set myself up for that one.
To piggyback off of the character thing, is there a character, because it's been so long, is there a character that you wish you would have played instead of the character that you actually played in The Magician?
Yeah, I know this answer now. I know it. I know it because it's been asked of me, and I'm like, what is it? What is it? And I kept saying, well, I relate to him the most. But Quentin, that would have been dope and impossible. because- yeah.
Could have been possible.
It could have, yeah. Anything
possible.
is possible.
That's
yeah.
true.
But that's the character I related to the most, personally. I don't personally relate that much to Margo. I understood her, and it was the joy of my life to play her, but it's not who I am, really, you know? I mean, I can have this, funny, outward, public-facing side of me that feels like Margo, but I'm much more of an internalized overthinker, intellectual. I've had my battles with depression and sadness, and I can be a quieter person more than I'm not. So Quentin would have just been an interesting character to explore, and I wish I had more scenes with him as well, because he was such a naturalistic actor. So when you were in a scene with Jason, you had to ground it because he was so grounded, And Margo could be very flamboyant, and sometimes my performances could start veering into, and they direct you down. But when I was acting with Jason, that never happened because he's so naturalistic, and everything, with his performances happened in a close-up, which is great acting. So yeah, that's the character I would have been more interested in exploring. Yeah. Yeah.
Dean Fogg. Yeah, I'd like to see what that would be like
You
for a
would
little
be
bit.
interesting.
Yeah, it'd be a good Dean.
You'd be
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say Quentin too, actually. There was a moment where I think I almost auditioned for Quentin too, and then I think they already knew. I think Jason was always the choice, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
But he's very relatable.
Yeah. Yeah.
She liked it.
Did you want to go ahead?
I go, yeah. In public, do you ever accidentally slip into character? Like, you could be at the supermarket and then just burst into character randomly?
It's funny. I was on a plane once, and this was before I conquered my fear of flight. And I was so terrified, and I was acting very docile and sweet, and the stewardess was like, "You're so nice," and I was like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Well, I love Margo, but you're like so sweet and nice and like vulnerable and not Margo." So no, I'm usually surprising people the opposite. Or it's like, "Why are you so awkward?" Like, I feel like people want that sass and that edge for me, which I can tie one on. I can do that. But I think for the most part, I'm pretty awkward. As I just demonstrated. Yeah. Can you take me? The rule of comedy is 3. I've done it 3 times. We're done. It's no longer funny. You taught me that. You said the rule of comedy is 3.
say any
You told me
rules.
that
There are
on
no
set.
rules.
You said 3. 3 is like the rule in comedy.
All right, well then you're done.
Yeah, exactly. I saw it on like a YouTube video. I learned how to act on YouTube.
We're slipping into character now. So to answer your question, yes, yeah, that's the banter that it was. Yeah,
that's
very much
exactly
so.
it. That was a great question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is ever going to get a chance to ask questions?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
All right, we'll go ahead and wrap it then.
Oh.
Do you have,
I mean,
do you have one more?
yeah.
One final question?
I was going to ask you a very, obviously there were some great things about working on the series for so long.
Yeah.
What do you miss the least about the series?
The fucking eye patches, man. I got to tell you.
That's true. Yeah.
No shade. No shade. They wrote a character that changed my life. Thank God for it. I loved every second of it. The eye patch deepened her so much, but god damn have I never seen an eye patch. Okay.
Blessed out both eyes.
Yes.
I would say I don't really miss living in
I was
Vancouver.
gonna say
As much
that.
as Vancouver's a gorgeous place to be and to visit.
And film,
And
honestly.
film.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
It is
It's so, and we got the best months of the year,
Yeah.
We did.
essentially. But being so far from friends
America,
and family and
yeah.
community,
Yeah.
over 6 years took a toll.
Yeah.
I'd say.
I would do a run there again. When I wrapped, I was like, because I had done another show in Toronto. And I relocated for almost a year because, we were anticipating a full order. And, we shot 8 episodes and we relocated to Toronto. And then 8 months later, I'm living in Vancouver. So I spent a lot of time in Canada. So by the time I love Canada and I love BC. But at the end, I thought, what, God, I'm not going to do another run in Canada, But now, so many years have passed.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It'd be
honestly,
nice.
I would love to do another
Yeah.
run in BC. I'm missing BC.
Yeah.
The fall.
You just might.
Seasons.
I mean, things still film there so
Manifest.
much. Yeah,
Manifest.
The season.
Toronto and Montreal are also
Toronto's
different
great.
than,
Yeah.
they all have their own flavor. And
We also love Atlanta.
yeah, we love Atlanta.
Ooh! I would love to do